Peter Lang, one of the owners, stayed through the fires for the fact that he started this place for these animals too. So he makes it a family.
The Sonoma County fires took a major toll on Santa Rosa's Safari West. This animal park located off Porter Creek Road is now an oasis in the fire's wreckage. The employees of Safari West took extreme measures to ensure the safety of their beloved animals.
We had hoses and fire extinguishers from various different locations and rode it out through the night. None of the animals were harmed due to any of the fire issues. And so we've just been watching the entire collection for any signs in the aftermath, and we have yet to see anything negative. And so all of these animals made it through. My name is Nikki. I am the Animal Collections Administrator here at Safari West Wildlife Preserve. The primary focus is I actually oversee the entire collection that we have. So we have roughly around 1,000 animals, and I work with all of the keepers to provide the best animal care that we can. My job has not changed at all since the fires. I'm here for the animals every day, and this is my home. When the fires happened, I was actually at my home in downtown Santa Rosa and received a call about 10:30 and from one of the on-property managers letting us know that there's been a fire and that we were going to need to evacuate some animals. So my immediate reaction was to come, and I had just put the giraffes to bed a few hours before that, and I immediately needed to let them all out. So they were moved out into the enclosure that is behind me here with access to another separate enclosure, so in case the fires did come forward, they were able to move away and they weren't going to be enclosed in a building. And also tried to start prepping for other possibilities of evacuation. Unfortunately, we didn't get a whole lot of time before we had to leave the property. I'd just been able to get some of the birds out, but most everything else stayed on property. And these animals they're not just lives that I take care of, they're part of my life too. And I was very, very scared watching everything happening, and you weren't able to get up here until the next morning. The community can come and visit us once we're going to be reopening on Monday. And so the biggest thing, Monday the 20th, we are officially open for our tours as of now, unless something happens. And just being able to come up and experience this oasis with all these animals is going to be the best thing that the community is going to be able to do.
Unfortunately, not all staff members were able to provide immediate help.
I'm Jen Bates. I am the supervisor of the birds, small mammals, and carnivore departments.
I'm Erica Middleman, and I'm the supervisor of the hoofstock department.
Unfortunately, when the fire happened, it was overnight. I actually live at the base of the hill and was unable to get up here. So the day after the fire, I was able to get up here, and it was really just assessing the animals, making sure that everybody initially was breathing and appearing okay. Especially with our birds, because they do process smoke a lot differently than we do. And so if anybody was to show signs of ill effects, it was going to be the birds first. And from there, it was just really assessing everybody, what was needed, and then in addition to checking enclosure lines on a regular basis. And we also did have fires still up in the hills, so a lot of time was spent up there as well, kind of trying to put fires out.
I got a call from my boss at 10 o'clock at night, essentially saying there's a fire coming over the hill, I need you to start the phone tree. The fire spread incredibly rapidly and they had minutes to evacuate. I know they got several birds evacuated.
So Nikki was actually sort of grabbing birds and putting them into crates and grabbed as many things as she could. There were a couple other employees that were able to make it up here, and so they just started putting animals into cars and got them off the hill. And then from there, she was able to get to other enclosures and really open up those fence lines, but keeping our perimeter fence lines intact. Some animals stayed off of site that were evacuated for about a week until everything kind of cleared out because it was pretty smoky up here. And then from there, we were able to slowly bring them back in.
No keeper was going to say no to taking our critters home.
We always prep for, the ideal situation where if there was a natural disaster, like a fire, it would happen in the middle of the day with 4 hours notice, and everything was going to be fine. So for it to happen like it did, we truly couldn't have asked for a better outcome.
The recovery has been great. We've reseeded a lot of the property, and with the rains that we just got, that's helped immensely. I can tell you last week, this area was not green, it was brown, and now it's beautiful and green and everything's regrowing. We're learning a lot. We're able to make a lot of change, better ourselves, better the facility for our animals and for our guests.
November 20th marks the opening day for Safari West. They provide guests with information about the various species living on the property along with tours. Go visit this amazing place to show your support and connect with the wild animals of Santa Rosa.